There is a moment every man experiences but very few understand. It is when a woman seems distant on the surface, but something about her behavior feels different. She does not openly show interest. She does not make things obvious. Sometimes she even acts cold, and yet something does not add up. Her eyes linger a little longer. Her reactions feel slightly stronger than they should. Her presence feels intentional, and this creates confusion because most men look for clear signs, direct interest, obvious attraction, clear signals. But real attraction is not always obvious. Sometimes it is hidden not because she is playing games, but because emotions are complex. She may not want to appear too interested. She may be protecting herself. She may be testing the dynamic. So, instead of showing attraction clearly, she hides it in subtle behaviors, in small reactions, in moments most men overlook. In this video, we are going to break down 7 psychological signs that reveal when she is secretly into you, even if she pretends she is not. These are not obvious signals. They are patterns. And once you understand them, everything becomes clearer. Because the first sign is something most men misread completely. Because when a woman acts slightly cold, it does not always mean she is not interested. Sometimes it means the opposite. Before we start, a quick reminder. The real transformation doesn't happen on YouTube. It happens inside the community. If these videos have opened your eyes, what's inside will rebuild your mindset completely. It's not just a course, it's a brotherhood, a private space where men master attraction, emotional control, and the psychology of power. You don't join for a month, you join for life. Every future course, book, and lesson is yours forever. No subscriptions, no limits. Just one decision that changes your direction. If you're serious about growth, discipline, and purpose, click the link below. Join the community, enroll once, grow forever. Let's dive in. Sign number 1, she acts cold, but stays around. The first psychological sign that she may be secretly into you is when she acts cold on the surface but never truly leaves. At first, this can be confusing. Her tone may feel distant. Her replies may seem short. Her behavior may not match clear interest. And most men interpret this as rejection. They assume she is not interested. But then, something does not make sense. She stays. She continues the interaction. She does not disappear completely. She remains present in subtle ways. And this is where the signal exists. Because if someone truly has no interest, they remove themselves. They stop engaging, they stop responding, they create distance. But when a woman acts slightly cold while still staying connected, it often reflects internal conflict. Part of her is interested. Part of her is holding back. Psychologically, this happens when attraction exists, but she is not fully comfortable expressing it. She may be protecting herself, she may be unsure about you, she may be testing the dynamic. So instead of showing warmth directly, she controls her behavior. She limits her reactions. She reduces emotional exposure, but she does not leave. Stoic philosophy reflects this through observation. A Stoic man does not react immediately to surface behavior. He looks at patterns. When you focus only on her words, you may misread her. When you observe her actions over time, you see the truth. The difference is powerful. One man reacts to her coldness and pulls away emotionally. The other notices that she is still present and understands the deeper signal. And the man who understands the deeper signal stays calm because presence matters more than tone. And once you see that she stays, another sign begins to appear. Because sign number 2 explains why she finds small reasons to interact with you even when she pretends she does not care. Sign number 2, she finds small reasons to interact with you. The second psychological sign that she may be secretly into you is subtle but very revealing. She finds small reasons to interact with you even when she pretends she does not care. At first, it may not look like interest. She does not start deep conversations. She does not openly flirt. She does not make things obvious. Instead, her actions seem random. She replies to a story. She makes a casual comment. She brings up something small that does not really matter. And this is where most men misunderstand the situation. They see the interaction as meaningless. But psychologically, these small actions are intentional. Because if someone truly does not care, they do not create reasons to connect. They do not look for openings. They do not initiate even small contact. They simply stay distant. But when a woman is interested, even if she hides it, she still looks for ways to stay connected. The key is that she keeps it low risk. She does not expose herself emotionally. She does not make her interest obvious. She creates light, casual interactions. This allows her to stay close without fully revealing her feelings. Stoic philosophy reflects this through awareness. A Stoic man does not focus only on what is said directly. He observes patterns of behavior. When you notice repeated small interactions, it tells you something. It shows that she is thinking about you. It shows that she is choosing to engage. It shows that you're on her mind. The difference is powerful. One man ignores these small signals and assumes there is no interest. The other recognizes the pattern and understands what it means. And the man who understands does not overreact. He stays calm because interest is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet. And once you notice these small interactions, another sign begins to appear because sign number 3 explains why her reactions to you feel stronger than they should. Sign number 3, her reactions to you feel stronger than they should. The third psychological sign that she may be secretly into you is when her reactions feel slightly stronger than the situation requires. At first, it may seem small. She laughs a bit more than expected. She reacts a bit more emotionally than others. She pays attention to details that most people would ignore. And this is where the signal exists because when someone is emotionally neutral, their reactions stay balanced. They respond normally. They engage lightly. They do not invest extra energy. But when attraction is present, even if it is hidden, it leaks through reactions. Psychologically, emotions amplify behavior. Even when someone tries to control their actions, their emotional investment appears in subtle ways. She may respond faster than usual when it is you. She may remember small things you said. She may react more strongly to your jokes or your presence. These are not always conscious choices. They are emotional responses. Stoic philosophy teaches observation without assumption. A Stoic man does not jump to conclusions, but he notices patterns. When reactions consistently feel stronger with you than with others, it reveals something. It shows attention. It shows awareness. It shows emotional investment. The difference is powerful. One man overlooks these reactions and assumes everything is normal. The other recognizes that emotional intensity is rarely random. And the man who recognizes it understands the signal without needing confirmation because attraction does not always speak directly. Sometimes it reveals itself through how someone reacts to you. And once you notice her reactions, another sign becomes visible because sign number 4 explains why she may act differently around you compared to other people. Sign number 4, she acts different around you. The fourth psychological sign that she may be secretly into you is when her behavior changes specifically around you. At first, it may not be obvious, but if you pay attention, you will notice something subtle. She is not the same with you as she is with everyone else. With others, she may be relaxed and consistent. Her tone may feel stable. Her behavior may be easy to read, but with you, something shifts. She may become slightly more reserved or slightly more playful or even slightly more nervous. And this difference matters because people do not change their behavior without a reason. Psychologically, when someone feels emotionally neutral, they behave consistently across situations. But when emotions are involved, behavior changes because awareness increases. She becomes more aware of what she says, more aware of how she acts, more aware of your presence. This awareness creates variation. She may try to hide interest, which makes her appear colder than usual, or she may unintentionally show interest, which makes her appear more engaged. But in both cases, the key signal is inconsistency. She is not neutral around you. Stoic philosophy reflects this through careful observation. A Stoic man does not rely only on words. He observes behavior across different contexts. When you compare how she acts with others versus how she acts with you, the difference becomes clear. The difference is powerful. One man sees her behavior as random. The other notices the shift and understands its meaning. And the man who understands does not overreact. He stays composed because difference in behavior is not accidental. It is emotional. And once you notice that she acts differently around you, another sign begins to appear because sign number 5 explains why she pays attention to you even when she pretends not to. Sign number 5, she watches you even when she pretends not to. The fifth psychological sign that she may be secretly into you is one of the most revealing if you know how to notice it. She watches you even when she pretends not to. At first, it can be very subtle. You may catch her looking at you for a brief moment. You may notice her attention shift toward you when you speak. You may feel her awareness even when she is not directly engaging, and then when you look back, she looks away. This is where most men miss the signal because they assume it means nothing. But psychologically, attention follows interest. People naturally look at what they are curious about. They observe what they care about. They become aware of what matters to them. If she was not interested, she would not pay attention. She would remain neutral. She would not observe your behavior. She would not track your presence. But when she is interested, even if she hides it, her attention reveals it. She may watch how you interact with others. She may notice details about you. She may become aware of your movements in the room. And yet, she controls her behavior. She avoids being obvious. She looks away quickly. She pretends she was not looking. Stoic philosophy reflects this through awareness. A Stoic man does not rely only on direct signals. He observes patterns of attention. When someone consistently notices you, even without engaging directly, it shows something deeper. The difference is powerful. One man ignores these moments and sees nothing. The other recognizes that attention is rarely accidental. And the man who recognizes it understands the signal without needing confirmation because attraction does not always speak. Sometimes it watches. And once you notice her attention, another sign begins to appear because sign number 6 explains why she remembers small details about you that most people forget. Sign number 6, she remembers small details about you. The sixth psychological sign that she may be secretly into you is quiet but extremely revealing. She remembers small details about you, the kind most people would forget. At first, it may seem insignificant. You mention something casually, and this is where the signal exists because memory follows interest. Psychologically, the brain does not store everything equally. It prioritizes what feels emotionally relevant. If someone is not interested, they forget quickly. They do not hold on to small details. They do not revisit things that do not matter to them. But when a woman is interested, even if she hides it, her attention becomes selective. She listens more carefully. She stores more information. She recalls details that connect to you, and this happens without effort. She may remember something you said days ago. She may recall a preference you mentioned once. She may bring up a detail you did not expect her to notice. These moments are not random. They are emotional. Stoic philosophy reflects this through observation. A Stoic man does not look only for obvious signs. He pays attention to consistency over time. When someone consistently remembers details about you, it shows that you occupy space in their mind. The difference is powerful. One man overlooks these details and assumes they mean nothing. The other recognizes that attention and memory are deeply connected. And the man who recognizes it understands the signal without needing direct confirmation because attraction does not always express itself through words. Sometimes it expresses itself through memory. And once you notice that she remembers you, the final sign becomes clear because sign number 7 explains why she may pull away at times even when she is interested. Sign number 7, she pulls away, then comes back. The 7th psychological sign is the most confusing, but also one of the strongest. She pulls away and then comes back. At first, this feels inconsistent. One moment she is engaged, the next she becomes distant, then suddenly she returns again. And most men misread this completely. They assume she is not interested. But this pattern often means the opposite. Psychologically, when emotions are involved, behavior becomes unstable. Not because the feelings are weak, but because they are strong enough to create internal conflict. Part of her is drawn to you. Part of her is unsure. Part of her wants control. So she moves closer, then creates distance. She engages, then pulls back. She reconnects, then disappears again. This is not always a game. It is often a response to her own emotions. She may not want to appear too interested. She may be protecting herself. She may be trying to understand what she feels. Stoic philosophy reflects this through patience. A Stoic man does not react impulsively to inconsistency. He observes the pattern over time. When you see repeated pullback and return behavior, it reveals something deeper. It shows that she is not indifferent. Indifference does not come back. The difference is powerful. One man reacts to her distance and loses control. The other recognizes the pattern and stays grounded. And the man who stays grounded keeps his position. Because attraction is not always stable. Sometimes it moves. In short, attraction is not always obvious. It is not always expressed through direct words, clear signals, or open interest. Sometimes it is hidden. Hidden in behavior, hidden in reactions, hidden in patterns most men overlook. When a woman is secretly into you, she may not show it clearly. She may act cold, but stay. She may create small interactions. She may react more than expected. She may behave differently around you. She may watch you quietly. She may remember details. She may pull away and return. And when you understand these signs, something changes. You stop overreacting. You stop chasing clarity. You stop misreading silence. Instead, you observe. Stoic philosophy teaches that clarity comes from observation, not from emotional reaction. When you stay calm, when you watch patterns instead of moments, and when you trust behavior over words, you begin to see what is really happening. Because the goal is not to force her to show interest. The goal is to understand it even when it is hidden. And the man who understands hidden signals moves differently. He does not chase, he does not panic, he simply sees. Because sometimes the strongest attraction is not the one she shows, it is the one she tries to hide.